average front desk receptionist is gonna cost any business owner like 40 to 80K. So the angle of the ad is that save like 90% by replacing a person with an AI, because AI agent is the next Bitcoin. If people have opportunities to travel back in time down in 7, they would buy as much Bitcoin as possible, right?
We got up to 3, 4K, went back down to 0, and then brought it back up again. So been down this straight upward trajectory. We've gone up and down quite a bit. But, I look back and think these are all lessons that you learn, right? If I hadn't gone through this experience, I wouldn't have figured out what works for us.
I live in 123 Street, South Sydney. Can you give me a quick quote on how much to put solar on my roof?
To give you a ballpark figure, most residential solar systems start around $3,000 to $6,000 with government rebates for a standard 6.6 kilowatt system.
No, I think that's too expensive, man. That's too expensive, mate.
Fair enough, mate. Solar's a bit of an investment up front to pay off over time with lower power bills.
Welcome to this masterclass, guy. So this is going to be a 0 to 10K AI masterclass. Now the reason why we're having this is especially with our guest here, Caltix. He's actually someone that I met quite a while back, and I'm gonna let him tell his story, what he do. And again, guys, if you guys can show your camera, can turn on your camera, that would help this masterclass a lot to make sure like we have this sense of masterclass and actual community here. Wow, we got someone from New Zealand in the house. That's not too far, guys. Anyway, I'm just want to let you know I'm a Kiwi myself. I'm actually from Auckland. So yeah, good day, man. So anyway, so welcome to this masterclass, guy. It's going to be a 0 to 10K AI masterclass. And the reason why we have this is because of our guest here, Caltix, which I met a while back. And I'm just going to let him introduce himself, what he do. And we are going to be learning so much today from him, because he actually one of those guys who come into the space with absolutely little to nothing, like knowing very little about high level or technical stuff at all. He does have a few background in software, and he was, just starting like everyone else, and he managed to get himself to 10K monthly recurring revenue from just doing this. So why don't you just give us a little bit of an introduction here, Caltix, and what do you do, where you from, and who do you help these days?
Awesome. Right. It wouldn't be a Zoom call without some sort of technological issues, right? So, yeah, morning, afternoon, evening, everyone, wherever you're dialing in from. As Vico said, it's great to see people globally. So, yes, I met Vico just on 14 months ago, I think now, or sort of June, July last year. And I saw one of his ads. I was naturally, I think I can say this, naturally very skeptical, because, you see a lot of things on Instagram and Facebook about these get-rich-quick schemes, and it works for some people, but obviously there's a lot of, everyone has different scenarios and different situations, and so it doesn't always translate that easily. But look, after doing some due diligence, I definitely did the right, I feel like I made the right call, and, we're sort of 14 months on and we're in this position. So who we are, I'm the founder of Acquire One. We're a digital marketing, AI, and automation agency based here in Sydney, Australia. Sort of done a bit of everything, I guess. We started off with just doing lead gen, running ads on Meta, and then in the high level, and sort of generating appointments for businesses. And we still do a bit of that as well. But then we moved on to introducing the voice AI capability, both inbound and outbound as well. And so that's been something that's really taken us from, I'd say 2 to 3K to right up to the 10K mark, which we're at now. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, but yeah, I'm sure we'll get to it throughout this session today about various ups and downs. So that's sort of a bit of a background of me, and I'm excited to be here, and thank you for the opportunity.
Nice, man. So I guess one of the reasons why we all connected, why we're both connected, is because we're both from Australia, and we're both trying to help or serve real estate agents, like the market in Australia. So like people in here, they, must be wondering, the main question I got to ask you, what makes you kind of switch from this traditional agency where you help with Facebook ad, generating lead, to actually integrating, becoming more like a software and AI agency? What makes you decide to have that switch?
Look, I think the biggest thing, if I was to say, is that the tangibility. And what I mean by that is, when you're running ads on Meta and Facebook, Instagram, and all that, it is somewhat a bit of a gamble as well, right? There's a little bit of trial and error. There's, you're sort of testing things. You're continuously testing and optimizing, and you can never really truly guarantee the results because there's a lot of things that are outside of your hands. The markets, the trends, people's buying capacity, also whatever industry it may be, real estate, solar, or whatever the case may be, right? So it is very much a bit of a gamble, I guess. And I'm not discouraging people to not to do it. Definitely I'm sure we've got a few agency owners on the call today as well. It's a great place to start and really sort of develop this capability. And it still works. There are still some very successful businesses that focus just on the lead gen and meta side of things. But I guess for us, we wanted to really have something tangible. And so then we felt that the voice AI solution is exactly that. I mean, you can show people, you can actually, give them a live demo of the voice and people can resonate with that. Whereas with the lead gen thing, you're always kind of almost selling the dream, if you like, selling the solution. Hey, here's what we've done before, and we can replicate the same thing for you, as opposed to this is what the voice sounds like. This is how we can help you. So it's much more tangible, and certainly here in Australia, people like that sort of. They like the ability to be able to touch and feel. We're very slow when it comes to technology adoption in this country. And so there is a bit of apprehension there naturally for people in businesses here in Australia. So if we can give them something that, so they can touch and feel, they can talk to themselves, call a mobile number or click on a button on a landing page, whatever it is, they can have a play, they can play play with it themselves. And then, that ultimately sells itself, so that's probably the biggest thing is that tangibility, which is why we decided to switch over, or at least increase that capability.
Nice. Well, so I mean, like my follow-up question to that is that do you sell the AI agents by itself as a cross-sell, as a downsell, as an upsell, or you kind of integrate it to your main offer, which is kind of like, you're having lead gen and then having the AI with that lead gen package to book the appointment? Like, do you sort of have it like inside your core offer, or you have it as a separate thing? And how much do you charge?
Yeah, all of the above. I guess
Yeah.
we do both. We can combine it. We can do it as an individual thing. The approach that we're taking right now, which has been working relatively well, is the voice AI is the initial lead magnet or hook, if you like, and it's a low ticket entry to get people in the system. We couple that with HighLevel by default, just to give them the CRM to be able to power with the voice AI. And then from there, if they want to, then lift up the carpet and then we talk about, oh, what else can you guys do? Oh, yeah, we can help you generate the leads as well, and so on, and upsell, cross-sell, and whatnot, various things, live chat widget, all that sort of stuff you get in HighLevel. So, yeah, in terms of our approach, we start with the low entry point, sort of around that $200 a mark, a $200 a month type sort of number, and package it up just purely from a voice perspective. Obviously, setup fees and all that sort of stuff. So it's a low entry point for people, and then it's a much easier, or not easier, but it's a much better story once you're in the system, once you've built that trust, and then we can, upsell to other things as well, as opposed to starting really high end. Hey, this is our premium product. What we find is more people are more open to starting lower and then building their way up over time. So yeah, that's kind of how it's worked for us so far, and I suppose we'll keep going until it stops working.
I see. So you kind of have a downward approach where you get people onto the low ticket stuff. I mean, like $200, not exactly low ticket. Like low ticket in the coaching space, like $27, anything like that. But is it like, what's the setup fee for? Can you like, do you have a pricing plan? Like you have like bronze, gold, silver, or you just kind of quote people on the spot? Like, what's the setup fee for the 200, and what do they get?
Yeah, so we generally offer the sort of standard setup with the snapshot, with the connection into HighLevel, and connecting up the bots, the voice bots, whether it's inbound or outbound. Slight difference whether they want to do both or just the inbound in terms of pricing. But it's a one-off setup fee of 1,000 grand. All these prices in AUD, by the way. So Yeah, $1,000 setup fee, that usually thereabouts, and then the ongoing subscription is that starting price, but it's based on usage. So we do it in usage tiers. So they get, for the 199, they get 300 minutes, and then as they start to use more and more, it automatically goes up to the next level up. So they're not necessarily paying per minute as such. There's no cap on any of this, but it's just tiered pricing. So we feel that becomes a better story. I mean, the reality is, people, if they're going to use it, they're going to use it and they're going to spend that money anyway. But from a psychology perspective, people are more open to saying, okay, this is what it's going to cost me, this flat fee, X amount of money, X amount of dollars per month, and this is what I get, as opposed to, it's going to be 30 cents per minute and no real sort of boundaries, I guess, in terms of how much they use. So it's more of a psychological move, I suppose, that we decided to do. And again, this is coming from the Australian market specifically. And I can't speak to the rest of the world and how the appetite is globally, but certainly here in Australia, we find that people are much more open or much more prone to just knowing what the price is and what the inclusions are, as opposed to making it open-ended.
Okay, cool. Right. So pretty much 1K setup fee plus $200 per month, and then they get 300 minutes of AI thing, right?
Yeah.
AI. Is it including Twilio and stuff, like the calling?
Yeah. All that's it, all inclusive. Yeah. So we don't charge extra. The Twilio registration, we just, combine into that, and we just absorb, well, essentially all of that. But yeah, it's part of that price we charge.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, like, is this bot gonna call for them and then, set appointment for them? Or is it more like a
Yeah.
support bot where it's just like on the website and answering phone call? Or is it both?
Oh, no. So this is so we sell it as either a receptionist, so inbound calls, and they do some qualification questions, whatever the industry may be, whatever the questions may be, and then book them into a call with a human or an inspection, depending on, again, what industry they're from. Or if they want to do outbound as well, excuse me, if they want to do outbound as well, then similar sort of thing. The bot will make the call. We set up the workflows in terms of the frequency of calls, the lead time between the calls, the follow-up calls, and whatnot. And again, appointment setting. So the main function of this is, qualification questions, answering some Q&As about of the company's service, and then booking them into an appointment there. So the two main functions that we use. So we're not using it at this stage as a support mechanism or a sales mechanism. I mean, obviously, it has the capability to do that. The use case that we found works best for us at this stage, unless a request comes through, which we're open to doing and customizing, it is the inbound or outbound receptionist / appointment setter style sort of approach.
Okay, well, hopefully you guys learn a lot from this because I'm taking note myself. Is that first of all, we got the price point that's actually is a sweet spot, what we call a sweet spot price point, and this is what Alex and Mosi say, guys, is that you want to give people minimal risk and an easy yes price. And from what Kartik say, I mean, 1K setup AUD is like 750 USD, right? And $200 a month is like nothing, including the Twilio, including the AI. I mean, like, he was absolutely right. I don't think I can say this even for like the rest of the US market as well, because I'm dealing with US market, right? Is that people does not like to have Twilio minute, LC phone minute, AI minute. They just want one price. Just give them one number, and then they will budget it up in their business. So just give them one number, whatever that is, that inclusive of everything, inclusive obviously GST and everything, right? So business owner, they like to deal with that. So let's say I'm your customer and I come into this package, 1K setup plus 200 a month. How do I upgrade, and what do I get for upgrading?
Yeah, so upgrade wise, the options you have, well, this $200 or $199 is the inbound only. If you want to then start to do outbound calls as well, that's a potential upgrade there. Same concept, obviously, the high level or VAPI, EchoSetter, whatever everyone's using, has the capability to do both inbound and outbound. Now, I think our high level at the moment is in beta version, the outbound. We just turn it on. So from our side, from the agency side, it's actually not that much different. We just sort of add an additional steps or so in the prompt. and then charge a bit extra. It's an extra, I think it's $229 is what we start charging for the outbound as well. So that's our starting plans. And then again, as I said, from there, the more they use, the more they end up paying in terms of the tiers. That just happens. They just get upgraded or downgraded automatically from a usage perspective. The other, I suppose, upsell or upgrades and things that they get or can get, live chat widget on their website, so extra $50 a month there. If they want to then start to do the actual lead generation, so we do a done for you lead gen where we we create the content, we do the optimization for them, we manage the workflow into HighLevel, and then the automations and everything, the setup, and then the ongoing support. That's our sort of premium product there. That's at $1,000 a month for that just, and then they pay for the ads separately, ads budget separately to whichever platform it is, whether it's Meta or Google or whatever it is. So yeah, so there's a number of things, and if they want to do a website, like we've had a couple of customers saying, "Oh, can you revamp our website for us?" Yeah, sure. That's a custom quote, obviously, because it's a one-time thing, and yeah, there's various capabilities and things which I'm sure people have explored in HighLevel and what you can do, and so yeah, depending on what they want, we sort of accommodate accordingly, more or less, if we have the capacity to do so.
Wow, that's amazing. So it's feel like you have a 3 tier. So you have the get your foot in the door tier, which is your starting price, which is 1K and 200 per month setup. And then you have the middle tier, like where people can add chat widgets and outbound call, and then that just adding them to $500 a month. I don't think that's have any extra setup, right? It's kind of the same thing. And then you have like the
Basically,
premium. Yeah.
yeah.
The premium, which is done for you ad and all that stuff, and then you can send them from there. Wow, this is amazing. I mean, like, you have like so
No,
many price
hey,
tier.
it's all from you, right? So it's all your learnings, your teaching. So yeah, it's the kudos to yourself as well.
Well, guys, like, I'm not sure, like, we haven't even get to like the peak of this masterclass, because he's gonna be showing us, like, hopefully you're gonna be showing some demo of the actual bot. And just FYI, like, before you actually show us like any demo, just like how easy or how quick is it to, let's say someone come in right now and they want a bot set up, and let's say you have all the snapshot, all of that done, like how easy is it, or how technical is it for like someone like everyday Joe to come in and set this up for a client?
Yeah, it's not difficult at all, to be honest. I mean, I'm certainly not a technical expert. I come from a technology background, but very much in the delivery space. So I'm a project manager by experience before this whole agency stuff. So certainly not hands-on tech, but I know enough to, get myself in and out of trouble, I guess, when it comes to technology. So yeah, it's a relatively straightforward setup. I mean, if you have any sort of challenges with it, of course, there's enough support out there in the community and HighLevel itself, the tech support they have. So you're always going to be looked after from that perspective. In terms of how quickly we get clients up and running, it's usually within a week that they'll have the full system set up. Then that we say a week just because if they that also includes the testing back and forth both from internally and with them as well. And then if they have any additional requests or whatnot, we sort of tease that out. So if there's a very straightforward standard setup, then 48 hours is 48 hours, 72 hours max, where people basically have the whole system live. So the time consuming part is the back and forth in terms of getting the requirements right, and people change their minds, or they sort of get new ideas as and when things start to happen. So other than that, in terms of everything from our side to get it up and running, yeah, max 2 to 3 days, and people are live more or less.
Wow, that is amazing, man. So, like I said, guys, if you want a business that scales and profitable, it's like this. The greatest lesson I learned from this book called Shoe Dog, like from Nike. Like, it's a story about the founder of Nike. Is that when he found Nike, when he get to the factory stage, when he's trying to scale it, he literally have one person, and their job is literally just making shoelace, right? Just putting shoelace in the shoe. So you want to have a repetitive and repeatable process, and your business is going to be the same way. It's just putting snapshot, document it in a Google Docs in the form of SOP, and have a VA somewhere, and set it up, And like you say, once you actually done it so many times, you can get it done in the next 48 to 72 hours, just like what Caltech said. Now, I guess we're gonna get to the juicy part. How do you actually, first of all, walk us through the entire sales process, man? Is how do you find a client? How do you reach out? And how do you present the AI to them? Because one of the things I like about AI, selling AI agents, guy, is that you don't have to do a lot of selling. The AI agent will do the selling itself. By literally just, like, if you want to buy, just talk to the AI. That's how we do it, at least for our agency. But I'm just curious how Caltech do it. So walk us through the process. And you guys, if you guys find it valuable, drop a fire in the chat, guy. Drop a fire in the chat. And anytime you have a question, drop your question in the chat, and I will bring up your question live on this call, because that's the benefit of being here live on the call, right? Instead of watching a recording, is that you can ask a question in real time. Okay, so start from the top, bro. Where do you find a client?
Yeah.
How do you talk to them, and how you present to them, and how you close them?
Sure. So I will preface by saying I don't do much selling as much anymore because I've got a team that does most of that now. I only jump in when they're busy because I personally still believe that I'm terrible at selling. But as an agency owner, I suppose you're always selling in some capacity. So that's the disclaimer here. But in terms of our process, we're fortunate that we are a digital marketing agency and do lead gen. So that's exactly how we run, how we attract leads or prospects. So we run ads on Meta that are engaging, that, sort of give that lead magnets, I guess, and give people the hook to come in and have a chat and book a call. And, we have a VSL attached to that as well, video sales letter attached to that as well. So when people click on the ad, it'll take them to a funnel page, which has myself on there, really just sort of talking a bit more and explaining the situation about this service and this solution, and the reason why they have to jump on it as soon as possible. So really tapping into that emotional pain point side of it, right? If you don't do this now, this is what the result, this is what you may potentially miss out on. And so that helps with the intent of the leads. And by the time they book a call, if they've watched that initial video sales letter, half of their job is more or less done in terms of the sale, right? So then they come on the call with us, we do the demo, we just reiterate what they've seen on the VSL, reiterate with them what their pain points are, and additionally push on that pain point, the emotional side of things, to the point where, okay, then when you've got them, it sounds really bad when you see it, when I explain it like this, when you've got them, in the palm of your hands and they're so just distraught that, oh my God, if I don't do this, it's not going to work. That's when you go in and say, okay, well, here's how we can help you. Why don't you have a chat to the demo, to the bot we've got? We either do it on the Zoom call itself, or for those that are in Australia, we just give them the mobile number and they call themselves. If they're logging in from a computer, we just give them the mobile number and they pick up the phone and chat to the bot themselves. If they're calling from the mobile, we do it from our phone and we're talking to it on loudspeaker, and so they can hear it. So yeah, as Vico rightfully said, the bot sells itself. People are amazed at how real it sounds. You do, and I don't want to sort of paint a picture that everything is all like, rosy and it's perfect. You're always going to have challenges and technical glitches and whatnot. At the end of the day, it is a bot. It's not human. Even humans make mistakes, I guess. So I suppose we have to accept that bots do, and that's that educational piece with the customers as well. You need to they need to also be open to trying something like this. And as I mentioned earlier at the start, Australia is traditionally a reluctant when it comes to technology adoption. So that is a hurdle that we generally face here. I think it's much different in the US market. They're always open to trying new things, but that is a challenge for us here. So to be able to do whatever you can to overcome that is a challenge in itself. And so, yeah, once we show them the demo and they talk to it, they're 90% convinced, and then it becomes just a pricing conversation after that, which more or less becomes a formality if they can see the value. So yeah, that's kind of how we do it. It doesn't always work, right? It's not like every call you sell and you close, right? You're always going to have people that are skeptical and shopping around and tire kickers, as we say in sales. But yeah, I suppose it becomes a numbers game after that. The more you can more people you can talk to, more people you can show the demo to, chances are they're gonna close. You're gonna close more than you don't.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, like, so one of the things I picked up in there is that when someone on a Zoom call with you, it's just having the AI calling their phone number. Oh, sorry, having them calling the AI, and then they can speak with AI real life. That's
Yeah,
amazing, man.
correct.
That's amazing. And one of the things I like to point out, and it's also worked well for our agency, is that anytime you guys selling AI, is that you can always play the FOMO game. Like the FOMO, if you guys don't know, like who's here know what FOMO is? Fear of missing out. FOMO, fear of missing out, right? So every time you're selling AI, is that you can go and say, hey, look, AI is here to stay. You know, whether you can be a part of this, or you can be the generation that's going to be left out. So everyone, AI is a big trend right now. It's not really hard to sell, guys. Like it's really just hot cake right now. You could sell AI to anyone, anywhere, any niche, any industry, right? So I think that's what I picking up from you guys doing a great job. If you integrating FOMO into your sales pitch and your presentation, is like businesses are really really scared of falling behind. Like you have a business, I have a business, we all have a business, we all know what that felt like, and we want to use that to actually be an advantage on our sales pitch. And we're not lying to anyone, it's true. It's actually true. Like, that's the reason why Apple, Meta, and Microsoft invest billion and billion on AI, because they don't want to be felt like left behind. Like even a 1% slower than your competitor in terms of Apple and this big giant company can result in massive loss in their stock. So I mean, like that's something that I actually say as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
um
and I think that thing. Sorry, if I may add to that, because I think the other thing to also note here is, and again, I'm certainly no sales expert, but certainly from what I've seen in my experience, and I'm sure many people have as well, is the sales is more about emotion and relationship, right? So it's important for everyone when they are doing these calls is you need to be able to connect with the person, and you need to be able to, and that's what we talk about the FOMO thing or the scarcity and all that sort of stuff, is you need to be able to make them come on the journey with you and show them that this is real, this is actually a thing. The actual product itself or the solution itself is the icing on the cake. So a lot of people make the mistake of trying to sell the actual product or the solution, right? Whether it's voice AI or lead gen or live chat widget or whatever it may be. But that's just a byproduct of the emotion. If people can see the value of this and people can see the end outcome and how it's going to help their business, and that's what majority of the demo call is focusing on. Once you show them the voice, that's just the icing on the cake, right? So it's certainly in our experience, we focus more on what is the problem that we're trying to help you solve. Do you understand your problem? And really talk to them, ask those leading questions to get them to tell us what their problem is. Because a lot of people feel like they don't have a problem. A lot of business owners will say, no, everything's working fine. I don't have any issues. I'm all good. But if they did that, they wouldn't be on this call. They wouldn't be skeptical, or they wouldn't be interested in having a chat. So really tap into what their problem is, what they're trying to solve. And if they don't know what that is, try to ask those questions that will get that out of them, and then go in with the kill, I guess, with the product. So it's, yeah, don't fall into the trap of selling the product and then shoving that down their throat. More focus on the problem that they are having and how you can solve that with the problem. It's all about, I think Simon Sinek is a really good person, really good motivational speaker. Talks about understanding what the why is. Why is the reason? Why are you here? Like, why are you talking to me? Why are you having these challenges? And then if we can figure that out, the what and the how is a formality, right? So that's really important to know in anything, not just in business. But I'm getting very philosophical now, but that's an important thing to really note as well.
yeah, I mean, like, did you guys think you're gonna learn some sales training coming to an AI masterclass? No, you did not. So we just surprised you. Put Right,
I didn't
cool.
either. I didn't plan that either. So by the way, so
Yeah.
that's
All right, guys. So I mean, like, let's just take a step back, because you're talking about the ad and the VSL. We have a few people curious what that would look like. Are you able to show us like what the ad look like, what the VSL look like, and if someone like really beginner, like some of the people here, they want to shoot a VSL. Can you give them some, like, maybe some guidance or some instruction on how to shoot a VSL, especially for those people who actually
Yeah.
never been on camera before? But yeah, just like, just show us what you're comfortable with, man.
Yeah, sure. We'll see if I can. I mean, let me just pull something up real quick. 1 second, where is it?
Yeah.
Here we go. I don't know if you can hear the sound on this or not, but
Yeah.
let me share my screen 1 sec.
Well, you guys exciting? He's gonna show us his actual live ad that brought him to 10K per month. That's very generous of Kartik. So thank you, man. Thank you on behalf of the community.
Yeah, no problem at all. As I said, this is exactly that. It is a community, and there's enough to go around for everybody. So although technically we're all competitors, we're not. We don't see it like that at all, right? So it is, everyone is always willing to help. So I've got the actual video itself. It's not on the funnel page at the moment, but as in, I don't have the funnel page at the moment, but I'll show you guys the actual VSL.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can hear this. If not, you can at least see it.
All right. I just wanna cut in real quick. If you guys want, if you guys like brand new and you don't know what VSL is, and it stands for Video Sales Letter, VSL. Okay. All right. Let's play it.
Let me ask you something. How many customers have you lost this month? Not because they didn't need your service, but because they couldn't get a hold of you instantly. Here's the reality. In 2025, speed wins. If you take more than 5 minutes to respond to a lead, they've already gone to your competitor. Missed one call, they don't leave a voicemail, they just move on. Every missed call, every delayed reply is money you're never seeing again. Think about it. How much are you spending on ads, marketing, SEO, just to get people to reach out and then letting them slip away because there's no one there to answer? That's why at Acquire One, we built an AI receptionist and appointment setter that works 24/7. It answers every inquiry instantly, whether it's a call, a text, or a website form. It qualifies them, it books them, and it even follows up if they don't confirm. And all of this is happening while you're working or sleeping or even spending time with your family. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning and your calendar is full. All those leads from yesterday, answered, qualified, and booked. No chasing, no stressing, and no wondering how many slipped away while you're busy. Businesses across Australia are using the system to capture 90% more leads, missed calls to zero, and saving thousands a month in wages, all while booking more jobs. And here's the kicker. We do all the setup for you. In less than 7 days, you'll have your own AI receptionist that sounds like you, follows all your processes, and books all your appointments directly into your calendar. Right now, we're offering a free live demo so you can see it in action. No contracts, no payments, no risk. But we can only onboard 3 businesses this month because each setup is fully customized for you. So here's your choice. You can keep missing leads, or you can let Acquire One's AI receptionist fill your calendar 24/7. So click the link now, book your free demo, and let's stop losing money to your competitors starting today.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, first of all, great video. Do you guys have any question about this video or any feedback for Kartik? Obviously, everyone have room to improve. If you guys have any feedback,
Absolutely.
just like from an agency friend to another agency friend, if you see, for me, man, I feel like you really followed the Alex Hermosi playbook really well. So you speak to the pain point. You don't focus too much about the technicality of the AI. You focus about the pain point, which is missing lead, and you focus about the outcome, which is, freedoms and automating their business. And then at the end, you have the urgency that only 3 businesses, only 3 spot is available. And I'm really following the playbook very, very well. So well done, man. So that is the ad or the VSL?
That's the VSL. The ad is currently in the works, so I don't have that for you at the moment. One that's attached to this, but we currently do have ads where we've got a creative where it just basically says something along the lines of, instead of spending 40K for a receptionist, we can do the AI. We can do it for you from $199 or something like that, right? So to help save the money side of things, that's what the creative looks like, or that's what it talks to. So that's how it looks, or that's how it sounds. And then people click on that, takes it to the VSL page. They see this, watch it, and then hopefully get more emotionally engaged. And then they click on the demo to come into us and have a chat with us. So yeah, that's kind of how we're currently doing it. But we'll be releasing a video ad similar to this very soon, and connects people to the VSL funnel page. Yeah.
Great angle. Great angle. So like the one lucrative thing to sell an AI agent is to pair it with a human agent. So I don't know, if you guys know about Australia, we have a very high minimum wage, right, in Australia. So like $22 an hour is the minimum wage, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25, 22, 25, whatever. So an average front desk receptionist is gonna cost any business owner 60 to like 40 to 80K, right? This is just talking like part-time and casual. So the angle of the ad is that, save like 90% by replacing a person with an AI. And then honestly, honestly, bro, if you want my feedback, you don't even need a video ad because you already have a video VSL. You can have a Canva that have like a sort of a split screen. You have an AI on one side and a human on one side, and then you just have the price tag at the top. I think that ad would do really, really well, right? So,
All right. Yeah, we'll give. Yeah.
man, we'll learn so much from this. And that's just like one angle you can attack it from. You have like so many different angles. You could have like a Canva ad with like an AI agent, and the other one is Bitcoin, because AI agent is the next Bitcoin, right? I always tell my sales team this, like if you position your AI agent as a Bitcoin, like if people have opportunity to travel back in time in 2020, 2007, they would buy as much Bitcoin as possible, right? So AI agent is kind of like Bitcoin at that time. So you can angle it at that, right? So Ryan here is saying, for those who run ad often, what do you recommend for agency lead? Whitelabel ad, Ply, UpHex, or something else? Yeah. Do you want to take
Yeah, I
this
just
one?
replied to. I think UpEx is a really good place to start. It's very simple, very straightforward, not only for the agency owner, but also for if you guys are going down the lead gen path, the customers as well. It's literally a couple of clicks and the customer can do it themselves. That works really well. It integrates within HighLevel really, really well, and it's relatively straightforward. Probably the only challenge I would say with UpEx is they are templates. And so, you know, yes, it works well in most cases, but they are also quite competitive. Like a lot of businesses are doing similar sort of things. So if you want to kind of stand out, our lead gen approach, what we take is we actually have a brand and strategy session with the business when they first come on as part of the onboarding and go through a questionnaire to understand their business a bit more, what their goals are, what their services are, what their history is, background, and that then helps us create the content and the messaging customized to them and more personal and more unique, right? So with sort of what helps them generate more quality leads because it's different compared to your sort of cookie cutter and template approach. So it really comes down to how much effort you want to go through. Now we fortunate that we have a team and brand and strategy team that we're able to do that. If you're doing it by yourself initially, then you won't be able to have VAs and things help you at the start. So UpEx is a good place to start. But as you build it up and grow, we feel like it's better to really work with the business. And the lead generation concept itself should be collaborative. We don't believe it should be transactional, because then it comes down to a numbers thing and people forget about the quality side of it. The thing that I always say is to businesses when we talk to them, you can get 100 leads. We can give you 100 leads tomorrow or in the next few days, and we can give it to you on a Google sheet or Excel sheet or whatever it is. But if you're calling all of those 100 and you're only selling one of them, there's no point, right? We'd rather give you 20 leads and you then close at least 5 to 10 of those. So for us, it's more focused on the system, the automated system, from the time that they see the ad until they book an appointment. They see the content, we do the optimization, we do the integration into HighLevel, do the workflows, the follow-ups, the messaging, and then you add the voice AI side of it as well to really take the qualification to the next level and then you have more people turning up to the appointment with higher intent, which helps you close. So it's the same concept that we have, same process we follow for our leads. We implement the same system for them, and that becomes a much better story for the business. And then it goes from how many leads can you generate for me to what is the quality of these leads and how many can I close? So that's a completely different conversation. So that's what I would say to your question, Ryan, about start with UpX. It's a really good place to start. Very simple, straightforward, couple of buttons, couple of clicks, and ads ready to go, depending on what niche you're focusing on. But otherwise, we could always do it for you if you like. So happy for you to reach out really if you like. But yeah, it's a good place to start in my opinion.
Nice. That's great, man. That's an interesting take. So what I do want to go through is that I want to go through, like, I'm sure everyone want to see what we're here for is the AI agents itself. Is there any way you can, like, let's pretend that we the client and we're the prospects. We're on a Zoom call with you. How do you demo the AI agents? How can we hear one? Can we speak with one?
Yeah.
Like, if you could just show us the inside interface of, like, how it worked, the prompt, all that stuff, like how to set it up and all that stuff, that would be, like, quite helpful because, we're also part of the EchoSetter community as well, right? I'm sure, like,
okay.
How many of you here already own an EchoSetter? Just so I know, right? So that we all right. So Pavlo Pavlo is already part of the EchoSetter community. Yeah. All right. So that's cool. So yeah, we just want to know when we show you guys this, is that how in depth or how shallow, like we want to demo this. Like if a lot of you is already a user, we can show you a bit more advanced setting. So yeah, I mean, like, maybe if you want to share your screen, we can like see the actual AI agent, see how this thing, how it sells itself, I guess.
Yep, sure. So so assuming people are using EchoSetter, but even if you're not, pretty much whether you're doing the one within GoHighlevel itself, or if you're using Vappy or Synflow or Retail or whatever the ones you're using, plenty to go around. The main concept remains the same in terms of the prompts, right? So I'll just share my screen now, and this might be a bit overwhelming, people, so don't stress too much about it. But we've sort of got this pretty tightened up. So essentially, here is where you go in and add the actual prompts itself, and then the tweaks and refinements and whatnot. The good thing about about EchoSetter and Assistable is that it will actually generate prompt for you, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment as well. So you don't have to write all of this, what you see on the screen, from scratch, right? But you can actually generate it for you, and then you can just go in and tweak and refine. So that's how we did it as well. We did an auto-generated one first, just gave it a quick prompt, and then we've gone in and refined it and made some adjustments and whatnot, right? So yeah, think of it as a ChatGPT type prompt. You go in, talk about its identity, name, what the business is about, where it's calling from, its experience, its traits, warm, relatable, playful, etc., guidelines, stay in character. So sort of mention that you're about AI, fluid dialogue, adapt and guess, all this sort of stuff, and then get into the actual booking protocol. So what is it? Confirm the leads details, name, number, email before you proceed to booking in a call, check the calendar, all that sort of stuff. One thing that's really important, certainly here in Australia, is the mobile number, to actually spell it out as digits instead of saying, 412, 345, 678. Sort of say 04, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 type things. Actually say it out in that space, in that sort of way, and then similarly with the email confirmation as well. So what it's trying to do is really capture and confirm. Really confirm what it's captured from the lead, especially when you have names and numbers that are a bit more obscure, or numbers maybe not, but names and emails that are a bit more obscure. It's really confirming that it can do that and it's captured it correctly. That's really important to know, because if you've had the wrong information of a lead, well, then that's obviously not going to be able to communicate with them and do your marketing so on from there. So that's really important. And then, to finish as well is just double confirming at the end, thank them for the their time and then let them know what to expect next, SMS follow-up, email follow-up, confirmation, whatever it may be. And so there's some other things you can add and things. The important thing is although this looks very complex, it's actually relatively straightforward. The important thing to know is to not make it too complex, because then it starts to do funny things. Anybody have any questions before I show you what it's about?
That's great, man. Thanks for taking the time out and explain like the global prompt. Yeah, let's. Does anyone have any question? Otherwise, like I can't wait to see what this thing can do. And wait, you're saying this helped you go up to 10K? This whole thing that I'm seeing right now?
Yes,
And
this is
then
our demo that we. Yeah,
sorry.
this is the demo bot. This is the demo bot that we use. Yes.
Wow. And it's Michael from SunGrid. Okay. What is SunGrid?
It's just a solar company that we made up.
Oh, okay. So it's not a real solar
Yeah.
company.
No. This is just for the purpose of the demo. So this is, yeah. I mean, we don't know. SunGrid Energy may exist, and if so, then we're probably breaching a lot of copyright issues. I don't know if we actually have tested that or not. But from our perspective, there's no such thing as SunGrid Energy. But it's just for the purposes of the demo. So that's how we've.
All right, man. Let's show
We hear it?
what the AI can do. Let's show it. I
All right.
can't hear anything right now.
Yeah, no, I'll just play it from my phone. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna have the AI call you. Is that it?
I'm going to call the AI and then talk to it, or one of you can talk to it if you like, if anyone's keen.
I'll do it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
1 second, I'll just fire it up.
Ryan said, I feel like SMB want to see an example of the industry. I'll do the question later after the demo. But yeah, I'm excited for. Put your phone on speaker and I'll speak to it.
Yeah. Can you hear it?
Oh, is it on loudspeaker?
Hey, you've reached Kevin here at SunGrid Energy in Sydney. How can I help you with your solar energy needs today?
I'm not sure. I mean, like, what exactly do you guys do and how much do you charge?
No worries at all. Happy to clear things up. We help folks all across Gideon get set up with solar power. Whether it's your first time going solar or you're looking to upgrade what you've already got, we handle everything from the panels and installation, ongoing support. As for pricing, it really depends on your property and what you're after. For your home or business, we tailor our systems to your needs and budget. There's a government rebate that can help bring the cost down too. Are you looking at solar for your home, business, or maybe a rural property? That will help me give you a better idea.
I live in 123 Street, South Sydney. Can you give me a quick quote on how much to put solar on my roof?
Thanks for letting me know you're in Sydney. To give you a ballpark figure, most residential solar systems start from around $3,000 to $6,000 with government rebates for a standard 6.6 kilowatt system. The final price depends on things like your roof size, how much power you use, what extras like a battery. If you'd like, you can organise a proper quote that's tailored to your place. No obligation. Just need a few quick
No, I think that's too expensive, man. That's too expensive, mate.
Fair enough, mate. Solar's a bit of an investment up front. Pay off over time with lower power bills. Those rebates from the government can make a real difference.
Mate, stop trying to sell me, mate. Just get off the phone.
No worries at all. Please off. Other questions or just want to chat about solar down the track? You here to help. Anything else you'd like to know while I've got you?
Good day, mate. All right, man. That is so Aussie. I don't know.
It is very much Australian, yes. Those of you that are not from Australia, that is very Australian, yes.
Like, how do you get it to sound so Aussie? Like, do you like play around all this voice or?
Yeah, that's right. So we had to sort of play around with some of the voices. Obviously, I'm sure it is the case everywhere you go. Most people in the businesses are very patriotic, and when they hear a voice accent that's not their own, they automatically think that it's not real, and they say that it's not lifelike or human-like or whatever. So we've really tried to make all of the voices be as Australian, or at least as normal sounding as possible. This one is a bit too Australian. This is probably like Steve Irwin style sort of Australian, I think. But yeah, I mean, it is something that certainly is important here from what we've seen. Yeah, I'm sure it's the same wherever you go. But yeah, we did make some tweaks to make it sound more Australian than not.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, like, it's always a bonus to have the bot. Like, I mean, like, the accent is like even me, I can't pretend to speak like an Australian accent. If the bot can do that, it's already better than me, right? So,
Yeah.
like I think one of the things that we haven't gone through, man, is like if you can show us like you can like how do you actually fine tune the bot? Like pretend this is Spanish and we doing it in Florida. Like, do you want to show us like how do you like if you were to set this from scratch, what are the fine tune detail? And and one of the last thing is that this whole platform, the EchoSetter platform, it have a bot ID. So once you like, it's kind of like a snapshot in high level. Once you finish building a bot, you can share it with the community, right? It's all it's just a copy and paste ID, right? Right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I mean, it's really it comes down to the tweaks here, right? And it is a bit of trial and error. We'll say that it's not. You kind of need to type some prompts and hear it, test it, refine, go again, and whatnot. So you really sort of need a bit of toing and froing from that perspective. Response guidelines. It really comes down to this part here, which is the personality traits, right? So that's really important there. We've put it here saying a bit flirty as well at times, not for intimate reasons, just to sort of make them feel special and cared for. So that's why you sort of get an additional layer of, the mates and whatnot. And I think that's also very much an Australian thing as well. So it does, because this is plugged into GPT as well, so it knows what that means when you type those types of prompts, right? So yeah, sorry.
What make you decide to use GPT-4 instead of GPT-5? I'm so you
Well,
use
we
GPT.
just haven't updated it, so it's actually doing this as GPT-4. We probably just need to click it to GPT-5. We haven't done it yet. We first did this. I don't think GPT-5 had released, so that's why we have not that we're specifically sticking to GPT-4. We'll change that at some point. In fact, I'll get the guys to change that today. Yeah, no specific preference. It's just what we had and we've been rolling with.
Okay. Well, I'm just like the fact that you just hover your mouse there. I can see it's not just ChatGPT. It's like Gemini and Claude as
Yeah.
well. So this is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of options you guys can have. So depending on what everyone's preference is, whether it's GPT, Claude, Google, you can select the AI model that it gets the information from. So it's pretty powerful. So I think EchoSetter System is I think by far the easiest one to use there, and it connects with obviously HighLevel, which helps. I assume everyone's a HighLevel agency here as well. There, you could obviously use Vappy and Synthflow and Retail and whatnot. But yeah, to start off with, if it's just you're a one person, two person agency, you don't have a lot of VAs and things. Again, we're fortunate we've got a team that sort of looks after all this now for us. But if you are starting out, it's one that's really simple. And in terms of, I think I mentioned before about generating a prompt. It's literally click generate a prompt. Type in whatever you want it to do. See a couple of sentences about what you're trying for it to do. Hit generate. It'll spit out that whole thing for you, and then you just go in and tweak, refine it as you go. Test it out, test the voice, pick a couple of voices. The voices are coming from 11 Labs, or they're coming from whatever else, OpenAI, Play, Cartesia, DeepGram, all this sort of stuff. So, or you can even import voices. I believe you can even clone voice. We haven't done that yet, but you can actually clone your voice as well. If you want to have your own sound, you can do that too. Just haven't figured out how to do it yet. Somebody has figured that out. I'd love to hear about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very simple and straightforward, and certainly a good one to start with if you're just first getting on board.
Yeah. I think that the cloning is first of all you just need to import. Like so you import your voice and then you clone from the thing you import. So yeah, we actually have EchoSetter running in house as well. So yeah, so I mean like this call temperature and it's integrate to the GoHighlevel calendar and then the AI will book from there, right?
Yes, correct. That's right. Yeah. So what you spoke to the bot about, if you weren't so rude and actually proceeded with the booking, out of booked an appointment for you and organize someone to call you back or whatever it is. So that's how we have got it trained to do it. Yeah.
That's amazing, and that's the thing that get you to 10K. Like you were at hovering around 2-3K, and then integrating this bot helped you get to 10K.
Yes. It certainly helped us fast track it to 10K, yes, for sure. So we obviously still have lead gen clients, and that's our high ticket. That helps, no doubt. I'm not saying that we just purely did 100% the voice AI, but it has certainly taken us from, the sort of hovering around that 2 to 3K or 4K number to in excess of 10. Yes. So it certainly is great solution. As I said, if you guys can focus on solving the problem, focusing on the pain point of the business, the solution and the demo will take care of itself.
That's amazing, guy. If you guys want to be, I mean, like, I know some of the people here, they're already part of EchoSetter. If you guys want to be a part of this EchoSetter community, sure that you DM me afterward. It's kind of like HighLevel in a sense. Like, if you guys already using HighLevel, it's kind of the same business model. Is that you have a sub account and you kind of, pay a flat fee to the software, to the platform. Like HighLevel is $4.97, and then you get unlimited, and then you make money off the sub account. It's the same business model, right? So
Yep.
you have a flat fee, which is, let's say, business expense or business operations, and then it's flat. But then your sub account, you can charge literally as much as you want. So your profit and your upside is literally unlimited. So kind of like HighLevel in a sense, right?
Yeah. It's a similar business model. Yes, exactly. Exactly right.
It's actually exactly the same. It's actually the exact same business model. But yeah, so like if you guys want to be a part of this EchoSetter, we have a special price for you guys. Just being here at live right now, 10 sub account for EchoSetter for $2.97, right? So that's including snapshots and everything. So just gonna get to the Q&A. Ryan here asks, I feel like small businesses want to see an example in the industry where the self-selling demo is pretty sweet. Do you have a do you have your sales rep grading a demo to share on the fly like this, or stick with demo on your site? So I guess what he tries to say is that if someone come on to the call and they are not solar, like let's say they something else like dentist, do you have a dentist bot, or they kind of demo the solar bot that you just saw?
Yeah, we've only got the one bot at the moment, and I think, to show people the capability and the concept of it works pretty well. We haven't found that people, I mean, occasionally people do ask, oh, can you show us their specific industry bot, I guess, but it hasn't really been something that a lot of people have asked for. And I think it goes back to my point of, if you're engaging enough with them, if you show them the value of this enough, then it shouldn't really matter what industry the bot is, because at the end of the day, it's a demo, right? So you've really got like 30 minutes with them, so you don't have that much time to build this. Although it's a quick process to build, it's definitely not an under 30 minutes type thing. So if you want to make it sound, you can basically get a prompt and do a basic thing, and that sounds cool, but because you're doing it so fast, you don't really know. You're testing it on the spot, and if it doesn't go well, then that's not going to help with your, and the call and the perception is going to go down the road. So you really only have that 30 minutes to really convince them, right? So you haven't really done another industry, and we haven't really had to either. That's certainly our experience, but yeah, I'm sure if you ask other agency owners, they might have a different view. From our perspective, it doesn't really make a difference. The sell is more in the emotion and the pain point.
I actually completely agree. So when someone asks me, like let's say a dentist come in and I only have a solar bot to show, I actually want to use that as my advantage. So for example, if they want to see a bot that perform perform for a dentist, I would use that as a curiosity to say this is why we offer a custom setup. So now I'm adding value to my pricing, right? Because we have to build something brand new for him, knowing that we don't have a dentist bot with us right now. So next question here, Pablo asks, roughly what's the conversion rate from cold lead to book call, right? And so, yeah. Do you have data?
It's about 80%, say, which is on the lower end. That's without the VSL. So if we just did, this is what we started with, so just the ads, people click on the ad, lead form, book an appointment. That's 30%. since we've introduced the VSL and now we've actually introduced a bot to call people and follow up as well, and make, if those people that don't book, it calls them, asks them, and then gets them booked, it's increasing. It's gone up to, I think, roughly 65-70%. It's a significant increase in terms of from when we didn't have the VSL and the voice AI rolled out, when we first started with just the ad form call, to now VSL, voice AI following up, and then booking the call. It has increased for us.
Guys, this is what I absolutely love about like the AI business, because like what Karthik says is that if you selling AI as a product, but then you have the AI calling them from the moment they get into the funnel, it's just a really sweet proof of concept right there, because the AI literally calling them to book the call, and you're selling the AI on the call. So it's kind of it's the best feeling when you sell proof of concept, right? So last question, like I actually like to reward people who actually come to the call live and stay until the end. I was wondering, like that bot that we just spoke with, it have an ID, right? Would that be something that you like open to share with the community? Feel free to say no though.
It's a demo, so we give that number out to everyone. If people are in Australia, we can give you the mobile number. If you want the actual ID to do it, yeah, happy to share that. That's not a problem with those people that have joined this call today. If you have an EchoSetter subscription.
That's super amazing, guys. Now, if you can, if you guys, any of you who just recently joined, is that EchoSetter is an AI agent bot platform, and once someone build a bot, right, to perfection, that bot have kind of like a bot ID. It's kind of like high-level snapshot. And then when you share that snapshot and you share that ID with someone else, they can directly have that bot inside their business, like with just one click. So Karthik is very generous. He's gonna be sharing that demo bot that we're listening to right now on the call, which is the Solar bot, Suncrit. And have a piece of that, and you can use it however you want, I guess. So like really just we're coming to the end of this call. If you guys have any question, right? This is the time, right? This is Q&A time, right? I'm Chase Swiss saying, how do we get it? What I do is what I normally do, guys, is that I normally create like kind of like a WhatsApp group chat. So then we'll like only present this at the end of the call. Like we have a WhatsApp group chat where we're gonna be posting all the bonus, all the call recording in there. Just gonna make one real quick with Andrew, and then yeah. Does anyone have any question right now? Like before we jump off the call. And the one thing I haven't asked that the one thing I actually want to ask is the mindset, right? What is the mindset shift from 0 to 10K?
As in after we've passed 10K, what's the mindset?
Yeah, like
to what it was?
What is the mindset shift for you?
Me. Okay. So yeah, so for me, when I first started this, I mentioned at the start, I was very skeptical, still very apprehensive. It was a concept. I saw Vico do it. I saw the training that he sort of has, and I saw his results. Was partially expecting the same. I think I took more time than most of his mentees, I suppose. But as I mentioned, everyone's situation is different as well. So it is what it is. But having got my first couple of wins, and then also losing them as well, right? So it's important to know that the first client, it was great. I actually told them that I would pay for the ads as well. Very bad mistake, which I learned hard way, because they lose they lose the connection there. They don't really care anymore. It's just purely results based. Ended up churning, and then even some of the other clients as well we had ended up churning. So we really sort of went back. We got up to 3-4K, went back down to 0, and then brought it back up again. So hasn't been this straight upward trajectory. We've gone up and down quite a bit. But, I look back and think these are all lessons that you learn, right? If I hadn't gone through this experience, I wouldn't figured out what works for us. So a mindset shift for me is the biggest thing I would tell people is even if things are not going well, even if you aren't getting the results that you're hoping for, just keep trying if you can. Now, obviously, to keep trying, it costs money and sort of time and all that sort of stuff. But there is enough support around, ask around. There's a big community here. Vico, I'm sure will be happy to help. I'm always happy to help. I've learned from so many people here in Australia that the GHL community is very engaging. The high level community itself, globally, I think is, for the most part, very helpful, and people are always willing to share. It's, as I mentioned, we're all technically competitors, but you just don't get that kind of vibe when you speak to people in the high level community. Everyone's willing to help because they've done that, and the best way to learn is from people that have already done it and already achieved, because they're always more or less willing to share their experiences. So that's my sort of mindset shift, in that it's gone from don't think I can do this and why am I doing this? And I still feel like that sometimes, every day, every other day. Gone from that to, yes, I can do this. Others have done this, and what are they doing right? And actually go and try to learn from them, right? And yeah, so the spirit of that, as I said, I'm happy to share the bot ID for this one that we've got. But there's enough support around, guys, and yeah, just always don't hesitate to reach out, because whatever you're thinking, whatever questions that you're thinking about to ask, someone before you has already asked those, and there is an answer there. So if you're willing to go and find that answer, that's what will put you in good stead.
Well, I mean, like I said, a lot of people does not know. Like when people post this, this winning community where they reach 10K, 50K, 100K, 80K, in the comment would just start saying congratulations, good job, yada yada. But a lot of people don't see what happened before they get there, right? A lot of people doesn't see when you get, to 4K and then drop back to zero, lost it all over and then started back again. A lot of people doesn't see that, right? We all celebrate the 10K milestone, the 20K milestone, the 100K milestone. But look, guys, entrepreneurship is a real thing, and it's sometimes it's like a roller coaster. Exactly what it is. You go up and then you go down, and then you come back up and then you come back down. So good job, man, for like being honest and being transparent for once. Like nothing in I don't think any business model, even drop shipping or day trading and all that stuff, is as shiny as all that Instagram influencer to be. All right. Is there any other question, guys? One more thing. Look at the group. Look at the Zoom chat. We post a WhatsApp groups for this event, right? Where we're gonna be posting the follow-up resource. So we're gonna be sending, like, who's on the call recording. We're gonna clip some clip, like cut out the unimportant part. We're gonna make a video. We're gonna post it on YouTube, and then we're gonna share it. But you guys are gonna be the first one to have the unedited call recording. And you guys also have the opportunity to ask any question right now before we finish this Q&A part. And then obviously the bot ID gonna be share on that group chat, right? Is there anything else that you feel like could be helpful? Do you feel like anything else that we haven't covered yet on this call that we should have covered?
Is that for me?
Yeah. Do you feel like
Oh,
we
sorry.
have anything that we?
I thought you were asking.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking everyone. I think probably the biggest thing is again just reiterating the mindset, right? Don't feel like, if you do feel like you're doing this yourself and you're on your own and you don't know where to look and you don't know where to start or which way to go, that's the best time to just reach out. There is enough support around. I've said through Vico's got a really big community. I'm always happy to help, always happy to chat as well and share my experiences. I'm certainly no expert in this, guys. I've been doing this for just over a year, right? There are people that have been in this space for a lot longer than I have. So I will preface by saying I'm absolutely not an expert. All I can do is share my experiences and everything that I've grasped, I've grabbed, I've learned from attending the SaaSpreneur events, the high level events in Australia as well. That's the stuff that I can help share and my experience, but always happy to chat and learn from you too. It's a two-way thing. It's not just, hey, come to me, I've got all the answers. I absolutely don't. everyone's got different experiences, and I always welcome feedback as well. I always say if there's something that I can do better, that's one big thing that is really important to me too. The 360-degree feedback is something that's underrated, and I'm a big advocate for that. So yeah, that's really important to know. Well, so keep going. If you guys will definitely do well, I'm sure everybody these calls turn up to these calls. Like it's really important. You learn a lot more on these calls than you do just clicking a button or two on Instagram and following form and funnel page, because there are a lot of people that are scammers out there as well. That's also something to note. Not everything you see is legit. So
Yeah.
that's what I'd say.
One thing I like about Karthik is he's a very, very humble man. I mean, like the fact that he just said like he's only been doing this for a year, but just keep in mind, my friend, that the whole AI agent thing is only born a year ago. So technically, you've been doing it all. Do you
I mean, some
ChatGPT?
high level side, yeah, I've been around for a few years now, but yeah, I'm
Uh,
certainly no expert in it. But
so,
yeah, no, I guess the AI side is relatively
yeah.
fresh.
So look, guys, if anyone ever said they have like experience with AI agents, or they been doing AI agency for like a long time, or like that, they just bullshitting. Like the ChatGPT just came out 2 years ago, okay, 1.5 years ago, and the whole AI agent just exists like 5-6 months ago. So you guys are on the early wave. That's why you guys are on this call, because you guys want to be a part of it. You guys understand the opportunity. You guys understand the trends, right? Like honestly, guys, the whole like this demo that Karthik presenting to us is not gonna be as new and as amazing in 2 years' time. Like let's say we'll fast forward to 2026 or 2027. Like this guy on the phone is not that enticing anymore. Like it's like it's everywhere now. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with HighLevel. HighLevel, when it first came out, it's like so amazing. You can send text to people. Now no one care. Everyone can send text to people, right? I was there when when GoHighlevel first came out, and it was like the best thing you can tell your agency friend. But right now, like it's not even a thing anymore. So if anyone tell you they've been around, like they like have an experience running an AI agency, chances are they probably like bullshitting and they're probably like a fake guru, right? So the AI agent space only have emerged for the last 5-6 months. So you guys have opportunity right now to be a part of it, and I'm glad you guys like taking action. Be on this call. Question. Pablo here asked, how long does it take to build custom agents? And
Yeah, so I think let's say how long is a piece of string is your question, because depends on how customized you want to go, I suppose. We to give you an idea, our target KPIs for the team is to get the bots live within 5 days, business days. So obviously, if there's something that's like super quirky, super specific, then it may take a bit longer, but it really depends on how custom people want to go. So process is that we have a standard snapshot, a standard implementation, and that sort of gets set up in 48 hours of the time that the people books and pays books a onboarding call and pays, and then so that we have a 48-hour lead time. In there is where we implement and roll out the snapshot and the high level sub account and all that sort of basic stuff. Once we do the onboarding call with them, that's in that call we find out from them what specific configuration and setup and how they want the bot to function. And then it's 5 business days from there to go and build it accordingly. So generally we pretty much get most things in that. If they then want to do like custom bots and custom integrations and all that sort of stuff, that's a sort of a longer exercise. But for the most part, pretty much most clients are all up and running within a week.
okay, Andrew have a question.
No, just share about something. Just want to let you know, guys, as well, that HighLevel has actually a limitation in regards with the minutes that it can do with phone calls. It's a maximum of 5 minutes, but with EchoSetter AI, it's not limited. Just want to provide a quick information there that most agencies don't know.
Right. Thanks for sharing, man. Like does like once you set up this bot, does it get result for your client? Like what happens if the bot doesn't get result? Like if the bot is not booking or no one is picking up the call, what happened then?
We haven't had that problem once it's set up, and so we do a round of testing both internally and we get them to test as well. Make sure that they're comfortable with how it sounds, how it functions, and everything. And that's all of that is within the 5 days. So the actual setup itself is probably 24 hours, but the remainder of the time is testing back and forth. So we test it on our side, we send it to the client for them to test, and then it's functioning. Then they connect it up to their existing numbers and do call forwarding, and away you go. So it pretty much we don't go live with it until it starts working. If it does go down at some point down the track, we're there to support. So it's an ongoing support function that we have as well. So it's mostly set and forget once that initial period is done. But obviously, if there is support required, we're there to go in and make some tweaks and whatnot.
All right, great. So yeah, thank you for I don't think we're actually running this at 90 minutes right now. So that's great. I mean, like, thank you for staying till the end, guys. Especially like can see like a few name here that I see that stay here since beginning. John, Tia, Pablo, Andrew, Ryan. I think Ed as well. Ed come a bit late, but I saw you guys since beginning. So thank you so much for sitting in here since beginning till the end. And obviously other people have other commitment. I don't blame them. It's a longer call. Why we're creating this WhatsApp group is linked in the Zoom chat, and it's opportunity for us to share the resources that we mentioned into this call. Not just that, but opportunity for you to connect with people. So if you guys use WhatsApp, you just go to member, and then you can see everyone in that group chat, and then you can find me and Kartix and the rest of the people in the thing. So it's a good way to connect and share resources. So make sure you guys get into the WhatsApp group before I close this Zoom call, because when I close the Zoom call, the link will disappear, right? So I'll drop the link in again. I have light in the background now, like you promised. I'm not sure what that means. In the background, now you promise.
Breakfast time.
Oh yeah,
Time.
yeah. I woke up at 5 a.m. bro to do this call.
At the start, you said it's dark outside. By the end of this call, it'll be sunlight. That's what Ryan was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have not gotten my sleep, so I'm surprised I have this much energy to do the call, right? So, anyway. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on WhatsApp group for any follow-up questions, any introductions, any friendship connections, and otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.